Mother Teresa was known for her charitable acts in helping the sick and poor in India. But what might surprise you more are these 8 bizarre facts about Mother Teresa. But before we continue, be sure to comment below. Does Mother Teresa deserve her sainthood? Baptism plays a major role in Christianity, often seen as a first step of obedience or even a simple symbolic gesture of washing away one's sins. So it's not uncommon for Mother Teresa to have baptized those who she helped over the years. But perhaps she may have crossed the line of ethics when Leo Mansberg, a close friend of Mother Teresa, who spent many years alongside her, wrote in his book that Mother Teresa would often ask the dying if they would like to meet the God who sent her and her sisters, and if they replied yes, she baptized them. Mother Teresa was known for her work in several countries with the organization she founded known as Missionaries of Charity. While helping thousands of people, it can be difficult to remember names, even after so many years. But author Hitchens disclosed in his book that Mother Teresa would often regard the poor and underprivileged as homework, referring to people as objects rather than humans. Maybe more questionable is the acceptance of cash from a known cult leader. Christopher Hitchens wrote that Mother Teresa accepted a $10,000 cash award presented by Insight Transformational Seminars. Roger Hitchens, a very popular cult leader who believed he was spiritually linked with Jesus Christ. Ironically, the award Mother Teresa won was the Integrity Award. It wasn't unusual for missionaries of charities to receive donations. They were, in fact, a non-profit organization after all. So it was horrifying to hear that the staff speak out about the hygiene situation in the clinics. The staff that normally worked these clinics were volunteers that spoke out against the hygiene standards in the clinic. It was often referred to as the cult of death by some critics. The staff even voiced their concerns about the clinic always seeming to be short on medicine and supplies, despite the millions of dollars in donations they received. But perhaps they were just critics who became disgruntled employees. I mean, Mother Teresa had clinics all over the world helping the sick. I'm sure she herself visited the clinics for treating her own personal health. Well, not really. Newspapers like the New York Times often criticized Mother Teresa for going to top medical facilities around the world for treatment, including her visit to California, where she was publicly criticized for going to one of the most expensive hospitals in the state. Is it possible that Mother Teresa kept a lot of the donation money for herself? Well, we don't know for sure. An investigation by the Stern magazine found that only 7% of the donations were being used for charity work. However, because the Vatican took control of the money in 1965, no additional information on where or how it's being used is available. Sometimes we say things that we don't mean to, and public figures struggle with this every day. Mother Teresa found herself criticized for a statement she made at the International Health Organization in 1989 when she gave a speech. Emily Lewis, a nurse who was present, documented that Mother Teresa stated she did not want to label it a scourge of God, but it did seem to be a retribution for improper sexual conduct when she was asked to talk on the topic of AIDS. But one of the most bizarre facts about Mother Teresa that's still debated today is when she received a $1 million donation from Charles Keaton. Charles Keaton was notorious for being a financial fraud and was known for stealing money from hard-working individual people. During the court case in the early 90s, she wrote and asked the court to give them leniency because he was helping her charity out. But in return, the prosecutors wrote back asking Mother Teresa to give back the money to the people who had worked hard for it. Mother Teresa never replied. Comment down below what bizarre facts about history you would love to learn about, and I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Beard History. But be sure to check out this video here.